Hi guys, welcome to the weekly tarot forecast for the Numinous week beginning November the 16th. I'm Lindsay Mack, and the card that I've pulled for us this week is Transformation, or the Death card. It's no question that we're in a time of transformation. There's no question whatsoever that this is, at least on this side of the world, in this hemisphere, this is the Death card time. This is the time when visibly there's a turning toward the quiet, there's a turning toward death, there's a turning toward a kind of a darker alchemy of what was once vibrant, now turning into compost that feeds the whole. That is the medicine of the Death card. That there's something in our lives, whether it be a relationship or an engagement or a contract of some kind, or even a belief within ourselves that we're engaging around our life in some way, that is not serving us in terms of medicine anymore. It's not feeding us fully. We may not fully know why that is yet. It's just undeniable. So what happens is that life very kindly works with us to blow the leaf off that tree, to clear that tree or that bush or that, area in our garden of that particular plant, fruit, or flower, so that we're consuming it in a different way, so that whatever is kind of turning toward a rot or a death or a wilt can become compost. It can become food and fertilizer that can serve and feed and nourish what's ready to grow in. Now, the challenge of that is that as human beings, we don't see it that way, egoically, We see it as, I love this thing, I want this thing, I need this thing, and I want to hold on to it as fast as I can. When in truth, there's a larger order at work. So with the Death card, we really learn how to hold both of those things, the very human part of us that doesn't want probably that thing to go, just for safety's sake even. If we're used to a certain flavor in our lives, it's hard to get rid of that, hard to see that go. And the soul part of us who's happy to let the spiral turn. And, the Death card is number 13. That is the spiral step. It's the feminine step. It's the step beyond 12, which was a prime number and divisible, ordered, really like a square. It can be divided up very evenly. It's a masculine frequency. The 13 is a feminine frequency, a frequency of mystery and of change. So of course, there can be literal physical death in life at any time. But the Death card is not really about physical, literal death. If a passing happens to coincide with this frequency, it's only to bring forward more of that understanding that something had to release itself in order for us to move forward. But this isn't anything that we need to be afraid of someone suddenly dying or anything like that. It really is not that way. It's really about us, the change within us, and particularly, we're going to be in a new moon in Scorpio. So here's the deal. Today, or tomorrow, whenever you see this, before the new moon, when we're in a dark moon, when we're in our last phase before it turns new, really drop in and look at where in your life it's time for something to die. Where in your life it's beyond your choice. If you really look, what's not working anymore? Then be willing to do ritual around it and just surrender it and say, I'm afraid, I don't know quite why, I don't know quite why I don't want to let this go, but I kind of don't. So I'm naming that, and I'm also honoring my willingness to let this be. And that's one beautiful way to do it. And then when the new moon comes, it's all about the growth and what those lessons and that medicine from that old thing has brought in order to nourish that. So it's this beautiful give-take this week. But of course, the waning or the dark moon and the new moon are only a very small part of the week ahead. So in the week ahead, we're going to be consistently moving through that frequency and that energy where in your life, in the whole of the collective, is it time to let go of something? Or is there something that's ready to let go of us and we need to keep our grip really loose? So if that's a relationship and that's the journey, that's the journey. There's nothing that you need to be afraid of. If it's time for something to go, it's only so it can nourish your next relationship or your next incarnation of your current relationship. So be courageous. Be really willing to look at things honestly and openly with a really clear and open heart. Don't be afraid of the death card. It really brings nothing but medicine. So I hope it shines its spiral light on you this week. I hope you have a beautiful new moon, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.